Welcome to the chaos. Today, we're heading to deer camp in Maine. We're heading to Madrid, Maine. We're going muzzleloader hunting. Still yet to get a deer with my muzzleloader. Still yet to get a deer in Maine. We're supposed to get some snow while we're up there. It's going to be super cold. And it says 1 to 3 inches right now, but you know how that changes. The weather's always changing. At lunchtime, we're going to hit Kittery trading post. Total drive time's just under 8 hours. Stick around. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification, that bell button. Oh my God, that was so good too. So good. Bell button to come back again so you see all the other. Damn it, man. All right. Well, stick around. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to deer camp. Nothing's stopping us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap that bell notification so you see more videos like this. Tell your friends, come on back. We're going to make deer hunting fun. Come on now. Come on now. Stay tuned. Maine. That's what's on our agenda today. Drive some more. We are going to stop at Kittery Trading Post. Drive some more. Not deer driving. Drive some more. I've still yet to get a deer in Maine, and I've still yet to get a deer with my muzzleloader. Maybe we can kill 2 birds, 1 stone. Maybe if we're lucky. I doubt we're going to get an afternoon hunt tonight. It's probably going to be mostly drinking. That's the game plan. The other problem, kids, something we picked up on the side of the road. Thank God I got a patch kit. We're gonna have to fix this bad boy. There she is, the old Kittery Trading Post. We finally made it to Maine. We're in Kittery, Maine right now. We stopped at Kittery Trading Post to get my hunting license and some heated socks. So we're gonna look around, and I'm gonna show you around. One place else you gotta stop. It's really right next door to Kittery Trading Post. It's called Bob's Clam Hut. I know everybody likes eating some good clam. I know I do. We stopped at Bob's Clam Hut. I got myself a lobster roll with hot butter, but let's try it out. Show you this. This is heaven right here. Bob's Clam Hut, Kittery, Maine. Lobster roll, hot butter. Come on now. Let's get it. All right, ready? Here we go. Oh yeah. That's money right there, baby. Come on. Bob's Clam Hut, people. It don't disappoint.
wonder where these things get their driver's license from. I wonder what a moose pileup would look like. That'd be pretty weird.
Literally waste a whole day of driving.
Here's a little fun fact for you. Range of Maine, halfway between the equator and halfway between the North Pole.
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it to the cabin. It's 5:25, 21 degrees, and here we are. We finally made it to the cabin.
This camp sits right in the heart of Madron, Maine. It was bought in 1985 by my friend, who invited me up there for the week to do some muzzleloader deer hunting. I love going to deer camp. I love sitting around the table, hearing all the camp stories from all the years past, all the old-timer stories, all the fun they used to have. You know, sitting around the table playing cards, eating like kings for the week, getting a good snowfall, tracking deer in the snow. When somebody finally does get a deer, the excitement, everybody celebrates for the day. It just makes for a fun time. You get done, you sit around that nice hot fire, having a glass of whiskey or a cold beer to drink. It's nothing like it. You know, the smells, the sounds of deer camp. It just, you know, it brings back memories from years past of just great times, traditions, and all kinds of fun stuff. Day number 1. Let's go hunting.
So we're in Maine. We're in Madrid, however you want to say it. We're in Maine right now. Look at this, look at this. Come on now. You can't get better. Listen how quiet it is. So what we're doing here is my buddy there, Big Donnie, he's going to go down the road into a field where there's a mountain. For me, I'm going to walk down here because there's a big swamp down here. And I think the deer are going to be sitting in these pines and they're going to look for some water. And there's some running water down here in this creek. So maybe, just maybe, we can pull out a deer. Look at this country. God, it's so beautiful. You can't appreciate this. Who doesn't? Holy smokes. I don't love this. Okay. I cut a buck track. It's an old one because it snowed last night. It was filled with snow. So it could have been from last night. But, however, you can see right there. He slipped in the snow right there. And he went up. Right there. See?
Okay, here I am down in the marsh. Down here in the swamp. I'm about to go trick my ass up top of the mountain there and come down the other side. What I didn't realize is it's going to get real intense real quick because these woods, they ain't no joke. We're thick. I mean, like even if a deer jumped out in front of me, there ain't no shooting that deer. And there were some points that I was crawling through the brush because it was so thick. And I almost turned around and went back. Got probably a couple of miles off course. So, and that's how thick the woods are up there. I mean, plus I had a compass on me too, just in case. It was, I ain't gonna lie, tough walking, man, tough walking. Picked up a track here, followed that for a little over an hour, and that led me right out to the other side of the mountain where I was actually headed. No deer, no dice.
What happened? Why Mr. GoPro died because my external battery wasn't charging him. So he was running off his own battery and died, had no idea. I climbed the whole mountain, got to the top of the mountain, saw absolutely nothing,
tracks we saw, but nothing else. So tight up there you couldn't even, you had to crawl through stuff. So the GoPro, you didn't miss anything.
Making my way down the mountain now. I finally made it. All the way up the mountain, across the mountain, back down successfully. Took me a whole bunch of hours. Meet up with Donnie. We celebrate with a cold beer. No deer, but that's how deer hunting goes. Head back to camp, nice warm fire, get some food in our gut. After a long day of hunting, still gotta get those camp chores done. Dishes it is for me. After one solid, amazing dinner, I get to clean up. That's okay though. We're in deer camp, and then we're gonna play some cards. Game on. December 4th, day 2.
So I get down here, get out of the truck, put all my gear on, grab the gun, grab a primer cap, and I look down, primer cap, and I'm like, there's white stuff on the outside of my breech plug.
I don't know what happened that day, but I didn't unload my gun the day before. I don't know if snow got down the barrel.
I don't think much of it, put the primer cap in there, and I'm like, take the primer cap off and check. Looks like powder got wet or something.
That's how I figured it out. That gun's very temperamental.
Sure enough, I take it off, the powder's caked in there like...
Alright, so I use white hots for my black powder. I was told they shoot better out of that gun. What I didn't know was that they would melt down to like peanut butter inside the barrel, coming out the breech plug.
I had to pull the breech plug out, and now it went all the way through the breech plug, so I'd get my spray out. Thank God for that spray. I bought that stuff, that CVA barrel blaster. Thank God for that, because that cleaned that breech plug right out. And then
Loaded with black powder, because any kind of moisture getting in that gun is going to create some kind of problem.
then I had to get all the powder out of the thing, so I had to push out. I got the bullet push most of it out, and then I had to spray the part soaker in there.
That's the beauty of that gun, because the breech plug comes out and I can push the black powder and the bullet out.
And that got all of it loose, which was cool. But then I had some napkins in the truck. I had to run some napkins through the barrel to clean the barrel out. I can only imagine if I got out there in the woods and saw one of the biggest bucks of my life, and then didn't even realize that the powder's wet and it's not going to ignite. I'd be so pissed. Even if it did ignite, it probably would have been like, shh, and boom. Nothing would have happened. Luckily, I caught it. It's over, done with.
You know, you live and learn with these guns. You know, you figure them out along the way. Sometimes you have screw-ups, sometimes it works fine, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
So much for getting into the woods early. I should have just stayed home and had breakfast. But however, with that being said, I would have never found out. Red wet black powder. You know what I mean? So here we are.
I learned a lesson that day.
Must have on you at all times. Barrel blaster solvent spray. 4 must have. Get it if you got a wolf. So I'm walking in and looking on the ground. They're all over. There's turkeys. They're somewhere around here because I can hear them. I can hear them. They're roosting. Still roosting in the trees. Whew. Cold, it's cold. Oh, man, it's
savagely cold out here today.
Oh my god. That was deep.
Oh, that was deep too. That's deep too. That's suck ass. Any deer out here? You can shoot.
Wow, it's 3:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Still yet to get a deer. We're out here for the evening hunt. I'm walking down an old road. But look at that view back there. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so hopefully I get a half hour down and a half hour back. Hopefully we can make it happen.
So the story with the deer, when I saw those two does, I went down the hill, it flattened, down the hill again, and flattened down to a creek. I walked down there, I stood down there for a little bit near that creek, and as I came up the hill, I saw ears. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a deer. So I pulled my gun up, I looked through the scope, and it's a doe. Of course it's a doe, it's just my luck. I don't have doe tags up there, so the only thing I could choose is a buck. So all of a sudden she notices me. I see her ears go up and she sticks her head up like a giraffe. They're trying to get as high as she could, but I was just under that knoll, so she couldn't tell what I was yet. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna take a closer look, zoom in on my scope a little bit more just to make sure it didn't have antlers. No, it didn't. Of course it didn't. So I get my phone out and I start recording. And then she starts snorting at me, stamping her feet, which most of them do. And so I said for a third time, I'm going to pick the gun up, zoom all the way in on a scope. I had it beat it right between her eyes. No antlers. You know, you figure maybe the third time's a charm, there'll be something there, but nope. Anyway, so I pull the phone back up again, and she charges me. I never had a deer charge me before. She charges at me and then stamps her feet and snorts. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there just watching her and she keeps sticking her head up and I can see her. She's definitely uncomfortable. And she charges me a second time. And I'm like, there's gotta be another deer there because I only saw her. So I said, there's gotta be another deer there because she wouldn't be charging me. Most of them would just take off running, especially in Maine. So I take a couple steps up towards her now, and then she bolts and takes off, and another deer that was with her, like I said, it must have been like her baby, but a full-grown deer, took off running up the hill after her. So that's basically what happened. And that was the only deer I saw. And that was the end of my night. No go, baby. Nada. Friday night, before I got up to camp, Madrid, Maine got a foot of snow. Some of it melted, there was about 6 inches left. That night I saw those does, went back to camp. It's supposed to be, like I said in the beginning of the video, they were supposed to get snow, like 1 to 3 inches. And guess what happened? Storm moved a little bit more north, and we ended up getting a foot of snow. Woke up in the morning, there was 8 inches on my truck. By the time it was done, there was a foot of snow on the ground. I tried to go out hunting in the morning, but I didn't see nothing. Trying to trek through a foot of snow, that's a lot of snow to trek through. That was a lot of snow. A lot of snow. And cold.
All right, let's go winter wonderlanding. Madrid, Maine, December 5th. Let's go dry run in the snow.